look like after the PPP? What does life look like after the EIDL program? What does life look like after the Shutter Vineyards Operators Grant? After all this free money, what does life look like after the stimulus? What does it look like for your small business in 2022 and 2023? How do you get yourself prepared to make sure that your business is attractive to future funding, is attractive to customers? We talk about all kinds of stuff like that on our channel. We do weekly videos, anywhere from 2 to 5 videos a week. Everything real estate, everything small business. We offer a helping hand below as everybody else does. But we here just to give you real straight nuggets, man, without a whole bunch of fluff here at Stormy Mattison TV, Stormy Matt TV, if you would. So today, man, that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about how to set your business up and make it presentable to clients and presentable to banks and presentable to future funding opportunities. So the Paycheck Protection Program, no matter what nobody tells you, it's not coming back, it's over. They are rescinding the funds. Those funds are going somewhere in the infrastructure bill. I know, it sucks. They've roughly guesstimated that there's $86 billion worth of funding left. 86 billion, that's a lot of billions. Like that shows you how much money was given out to have that much fraud and just that much miscellaneous money. Shows you that there was a lot of money there. Yet what they're doing is they're rescinding, so those funds won't be able to be used for the Paycheck Protection Program again. They'll go into building back America, to roads or lakes or whatever. Who knows? We don't really know. I don't know. I mean, we see what the papers say. We don't really know where that money goes. The EIDL program is still going on. It's still a good loan portion for some. If you need working capital administered through the SBA, you can get it through their site. I'll make sure I leave a link below for that as well. That's still a good program, but it's only a couple more months, because at the beginning of 2022, that program is rescinding as well, and possibly before, depending on how this next bill goes. So they possibly will go ahead and wipe it out, because they're saying that it has so much fraud and it's so unorganized that they just really want to kind of just be done with it. So that's almost over, but it's not. So you still do, as a small business owner, if you filed 2019 taxes, you do have an opportunity to apply for that. You have to have a 570 personal score to help guarantee that loan. And I'm not sure when you're watching this video, yet whenever you catch it, there possibly may still be some grant funding left in that program, depending on your address, and it may not. So we know the Restaurant Revitalization Fund is done with, and we know the Shutter Vineyards Act is done with. Those were all grants. I was able to, as a small restaurant owner and real estate realtor, if you would, I was able to touch all of those government funding opportunities and help over millions of dollars be given to the people around me, from business partners to people in the neighborhood, just by giving information out like this. So I'm very well versed in the topics. That's not what this is about, because this is like the future beyond these things, right? Because what I believe, it did two things. I believe the two things that COVID, if you would, or the last 2 years done to us as small business owners, but just as people as well, is it did two things, and they're like a contrast of each other. One, it gave us a warped mindset as business owners. See, some of these programs were so good that the government administered that it gave us a warped mindset, because what happened is a pandemic hit us, a disaster hit us. And so the government reacted in a fashion to say, okay, we need to get these people hurting now. These people dying now. Their businesses are lacking now. And we need to now, right? We need to now get them funding. And we're going to be a little bit lenient. So it gave us a warped mindset to believe that some of our businesses were actually set up to receive this type of national funding, and they weren't. That's why the PPP had so much fraud. That's why the EIDL had so much fraud. That's why all of these programs had so much fraud up front, because it was the speed that they wanted to give the money. And being that the speed was so quick, they said, okay, we're gonna overlook some of these things. PPP, we ain't gonna pull your transcript. You can draft up a document. You can say what you want. It's not taxable, and we're gonna forgive it. Man, I mean, we're gonna go off your gross incomes, not your net. So they were so generous. So it warped our minds to now people asking, like, what can I? Wait a minute, your business is not set up, but if you listen to the end, you're gonna be set up. I'm gonna tell you a couple things you need to do to be set up. So that was on the downside. On the upside, what the last 2 years and the pandemic did for most about small business owners and self-employed people is it opened up their mind. It opened up their mind for them to see that, man, there are so many opportunities out here. There are so many companies that want to fund your small business. There are so many things that you didn't know about for your small business. And I believe people's eyes open, and they will be greater because they have an open mindset now, and they understand things can get rough, and they want to be prepared. So if you're a small business owner, self-employed person, what you need to do is this. For one, is my nose itch. I don't know why my nose start itching when I get about 6 minutes in. It's just the thing, like it just itch. But you what you want to do is, for one, you want to register with your state, your business with your state if you haven't already. And all this stuff is just to make sure that your documents are in order. You want to open up your business bank account with the same name on it that shows on your information that you register with the state. All that's lined up with the EIN, the address is all the same, the names are all the same. All that stuff is pretty uniform and organized. So you just want everything to match. If you have a brick and mortar, that's great. If you don't, you can use a virtual address, but a brick and mortar is better. A business number is better. A physical business address is better than your home address. It just looks good. A website is necessary. It's not optional. It's a necessary. Social media is necessary. A good, clean business social media page is necessary. They're looking to see what you're doing in the community, what kind of reviews you got, they're looking. So all those things are necessary for you to have set up. A DUNS number is necessary. A SAMS number is necessary. Starting your Net 30 accounts with Granger, Uline, Crown Office Supplies is necessary for you and your small business to be able to establish business credit and business relationships, to where in the future you don't have to worry about the government. You already have a relationship with these companies. Fleet gas cards are necessary. So those are so many things, and these necessities. I'm putting all the links below, but I'm just talking to you. I'm not breaking them down like all these YouTube. This is number one. This is number two. I'm talking to you. I'm having a conversation. So all those things are necessary. Knowing how to set up your business bank accounts is necessary. You should have 5 business bank accounts. Your first account should be your operational account. And the operational account, that's what happens. Operational things. Just business operational, not personal. So your deposits, credit card and cash deposits go in. Supplies, bills come out. After that, you have a P&L, so you have a profit and loss off of that account. Let's say that every month that account draws $10,000. After you made 20, you spend 10. Business, right? Supplies wise. That 10, you're going to take a percentage of it, and you're going to open up another bank account, and you're going to call it your tax account. So now you got 2 accounts. And then we're doing everything off of that $10,000 profit that you had. You're going to open up a third bank account. That's going to be your savings or your deep revenue, your deep reserve account, if you would. And that's going to be a percentage of that 10. So that may be 10% of that 10. That's $1,000 when we put it there. Then you got a marketing account. That may be 15% of that 10,000. That's $1,500 that you put there. And then your fifth is you got an innovation account. That's the type of account that gets you prepared for innovation. Like when things came out like DoorDash, right? And the people who can be innovative with it, the people who can be like, okay, I'm on it. I'm gonna be a part of what's this new stuff that's going on. I'm gonna be part of TikTok And now you got an account that has, you've been putting $500 in there every month. And so now you got $6 grand, $7, $8 grand to put into innovative, to new things for your business to keep up. So those are the accounts that you're going to set up. And I have another video that talks about those a little bit more specifically as well. But in a nutshell, those are the accounts. And if you set it up like that, you already know what your budget is. You know what your savings are. And man, you're going to be able to pay your taxes. Get in with a tax professional for that in particular. So like, what's life like in a nutshell after 2021 into 2022, 2023, and so on? What life is like is it's going to be a lot of people like me, a lot of people like you watching each other, and we're going to be talking through this enterprise of YouTube, Facebook, and all these other social platforms, and we're going to be helping each other, giving each other game. And then it's going to be a small percentage of us that actually go use the game. And it's a big percentage that don't. So that's the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people listening are going to go out here and use this information and go do something. And they'll be greater than everybody that was watching this today. So that's what we call the 80-20 rule. So just remember that's where life is going. Life is going into a knowledge-based, platform-based, course-based. So you'll go from, your business should go from, or you as a knowledge-based or thinking person from school, you'll go from spending hundreds of thousands on school to spending thousands on YouTube through courses, through people giving up game and talking to people that's being introduced. So you'll spend your money differently to get quicker information and more profitable information. So man, I hope that helps somebody. Hope that bless somebody. That's what it's gonna look like. I'm blessed to be here. If you're watching, you're blessed to be here with Stormy Mattison, Stormy Matt TV. If it makes sense, do all those social things. If you made it this long, I appreciate you. Have a great day.